Well, what have we got here? It's a Sinclair ZX81. That was my first ever computer back in about 1981 or so, 1982 maybe. That there is the 16K RAM pack, because of course it only came with 1K as standard. Yes, 1K. And so this thing, which cost at the time almost as much as the computer itself, gave you an extra 16K to play with. Now this is a printer that went with the Sinclair. This is a British Sinclair ZX81. This was made in the UK and somehow found its way to Canada, because the American made ones were branded Timex Sinclair, and this printer is branded Timex Sinclair. And I just by chance found a power supply for this printer today. It works off the really weird voltage of 24 volts AC. Would you believe I actually found a printer, sorry, a power supply that will run it? And see, there it goes. Just make sure that the paper isn't getting stuck. Now if I push this and then this once, it stops. It shouldn't do that. No, it should. Ah, there. It's actually printing a test sequence of 8s and 1s. Look at that. Huh? Amazing. And to stop it, of course. Oh, that's the button, isn't it? Off. Advance it a bit. There you go. I found these at an estate sale quite a while back, actually. I did have the printer powered up using my AC power supply over there, but obviously this is a bit better, a proper linear AC power supply. I've lost the DC 9-volt power supply that I was powering this up with, but I know it does work. I modified the UHF output on the back that would normally feed the TV picture. I changed that to composite video, so I can now feed it into a composite video monitor for a much better picture. I've just mislaid the power supply I was using for it. But I think I will try and get this up and running and show you a bit more of it, and see if I can reacquaint myself with the machine. So that's that bit of the video. Next bit is a camera bit, so stand by. Okay, a pal of mine, I was getting rid of a turntable, nice turntable. I didn't want it anymore, and I decided to give it to a great friend of mine, Billy, who does a lot for me, helps me out on a lot of things. And I knew he wanted the turntable. He liked the casework and everything of it. So I decided it should go to him, and quite out of the blue, he brought for me a couple of nice presents, and here's one of them. It's a Canon PowerShot G2. I think these were from something like 2000. Not exactly sure. It was what they called a prosumer camera, and one of the big things about these cameras was the incredible lens on them. It's got an f2 lens when it's completely zoomed out, which is still, to be honest, quite a heck of a lens on a sort of a compact digital camera, to be honest. Now he knew that I already had one of these, which is difficult to see what you're doing when you've got a camera in front of your face. This is the Canon PowerShot G3. That makes a nice noise when you turn it on. The other one doesn't seem to have that nice start-up noise, unfortunately. And I think these were introduced within a year of each other, and it's surprising the little difference there is between the two. They're both 4 megapixels and very similar camera. A few differences between the lens. I think the lens on the newer one here is a bit wider, and the controls are a little bit more refined on the newer one. The on-off control is much easier to use than on the older camera. And looking at it, I think the LCD display on the top of the camera here is it's just far more detail. See that? It just says there's 999 shots you can get on that card. It just seems to be a more detailed kind of display, really. Both of them have these displays that can be closed into the back so you can protect them. And in their time, they were a very expensive camera, probably pushing the $900 to $1,000 mark, believe it or not, back in 2000, 2001. And if I ever see G series cameras, I would always pick them up because they're very, very high quality digital cameras and worth looking at. And he also brought me this, which is another Canon, this time a Canon S1 IS PowerShot. This has got the same kind of on-off system of the newer G3. It kind of rumbles out towards you, the lens. Ooh, weird note. There, should come on again now. Come on. There. And it's got a pop-up flash. Look at that. Just love those pop-up flashes. Oh yes. This is a 3.2 megapixel camera with a lens that has a maximum aperture of f2.8. Still a pretty good lens, but not up to the f2. We'll see. Look, they've automatically switched off. Not up to the f2 of the nice G series cameras. But yeah, that was an unexpected little gift, and I got a charger and batteries for the G series. These kind of proprietary lithium ion batteries, and they charge from within the camera. I've got a couple of chargers for those, and I'm not sure how good the batteries are. They probably last long enough. But there you go. So we've got retro computing and retro digital cameras all in one there. Woo! Anyway, see you next time.